Aloha, everyone. This is Joshua Hayes at BigWayTrading.com and BigWayTrading.net coming to you with this weekend stock market wrap-up. I have a lot of work to do, so I don't want to spend too much time, but I do want to make one thing clear. I have gotten an email recently of somebody that didn't quite understand how I could have been so bullish on Friday and making money on Friday when I was just freaking out on the 22nd. Well, first of all, on Friday, it appeared that we had a bullish session, but with the heavy volume, it ended up that we just ended up churning, and it became apparent after the sell-off on the 22nd that all the heavy volume that we were seeing in the NASDAQ before the 22nd was completely just churning, or else you wouldn't collapse like this. But the key that all hell wasn't going to break loose, I guess, of course, is that volume was lower. Still, with volume lower, collapsing 3.35% in one day is very bad. And the way that stocks reversed and looked, I probably shouldn't have sold all of some things like CHLN. You know, I go in and I buy it here on the 17th. I buy a ton of it. And for some odd reason, I sell it all right here just because, I think that the market's completely freaking out. So might as well, if I went ahead and went long at 418, cut my loss at 404. Don't need a big loss. But look at what happened after that. That's the reason why I went long back here on 418. Or 617, excuse me. So a 30% gain is lost. A $100,000 position just screwed me out of $30,000. Guess what? It happens. I don't care. I want to go long CHLN still. Here's the pivot point. I don't know. Y'all want to freak out. Well, just take the pivot point, and whenever it breaks out above here, pulls back, that's where you buy it. Me, though, it's too far away from the 50-day moving average. I need to get to the 50-day moving average before I buy it again. However, if you want to argue with charts like this, you be my guest. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to realize that what the market pulled off on Monday was one of the greatest. You people that don't know the stock market and how it operates are going to miss the bull run move that I haven't seen in a long time. The low volume, major sell-off did break through this important support line that was on so many different levels support. No matter what line I saw connected, we broke support. So this was a very bad move. But the fact that we held support on the breakdown and then rallied back up and then had such a bullish day on Thursday with so many stocks being longs like this one for me, CHBT. Do you see why it's a new long for me? Oh, but I guess that this was just luck, right? Whatever. So, so we get a 56% gain in one day. If you don't think that I'm taking about 50 to 75% of my profit after a 56% gain in one day, you're crazy. I am. And I'll look back to buy it later, just like I'll look to get long in this other China stock. So while you guys want to complain, well, I sold all my stocks on Monday when you got bearish. Yeah, well, guess what, genius? Just like all the other instances in where you get bearish, like back here in March, and then you got to get bullish because things change. Things change. This is not a long-term hold kind of market anymore. If you're going to play a fast momentum type game that I play, you're going to need to be checking on the market every day. You're not going to sell on Monday and then not come back and check the market. So for all you guys complaining, first of all, there is one thing. Actually, all you guys is just really two guys. And the other 500 of you are very, very, very nice. And then the other 88 of you are telling you that you've made a lot of money. So it's very good. Or made money or had a good day Friday. So actually there's only two people complaining. However, I can hear it probably in some of the newbies saying, well, he went bearish on the 22nd and he must, I sold everything. Well, yeah, you know what? I did too. I went from 70 longs to 40. But I didn't go from 70 longs to 0 longs. I still held half of them. And then the other 40 I sold, the best ones I bought back. I didn't question it. Thursday and Friday I went to action. Thursday I went to action. I'm about ready to do scans, and whenever I find, we're going to put it back in the portfolio. And if I bought it at 20 and it's now at 30 and tell me to buy, but I sold it at 19, looks like I'm buying it at 30. That's just the way it goes. Bottom line is, a very bullish session on Friday, higher volume. It was quadruple witching or triple witching or whatever, so can't put too much weight in the huge volume. However, stocks like that, CHBT and CHLN, like I keep showing you, it's China, that's great, but I mean, we still have American stocks like RAX, I'm long RAX. And my very first buy signal on RAX was with the move on the strong volume on Green Bop over the 50-day moving average. Since then, it's up 167%. I guess buy and hold worked there, so I don't know. My problem was, guys, is that I bought a big position in RAX right here on the 17th, get immediate gains, and then have this happen. Now, once again, the lower volume should have had me, But on an arithmetic chart, it looked like that was a pretty nasty one-day move. It looked like we were done. But we reversed it, and that's super bullish. However, volume's pretty huge at the end of the run. Most of these stocks, you're going to be wanting to take profits. You're not going to be wanting to buy. Like, here's another long of ours that we've had since back here. Was first long here. Look, first long here, we had to cut our loss. If you held all of it, which is not how we do it, you lost 21%. But then if you took my second buy of it, you only have 113% gain to make up for the 20% loss, and now you're going to be able to sell most of it because of the huge move. So I don't know if I'm bullish or bearish here. It'll depend if we set up again and break out. But right now, I have over, how many longs do I have? I have over 60 longs, and it got out of those 60, 20 of them came on Friday. Out of those 20 longs, 18 worked. One was a small loss, and the only one that failed was MCRS, which was a horrible failure, mind you. But it was at the very end of my recommendation list for longs for Thursday. So the two that failed, no big deal. So it sucks. We're going to take our 6% loss, and we're going to get out of this stock, and we're going to go buy another one that's looking good. Same way with the other stock that we bought that didn't work well. See, I'm showing you my losers. I'm not hiding from anything. The thing is that I can go from bearish to bullish because I understand that the market's crazy. The faulty of some people is not understanding that the market's crazy. And until you do understand that the market's crazy, it's going to be very hard to make money. Bottom line right now, with chart patterns like this on the NASDAQ, with this on the New York Stock Exchange, and with this on the S&P 500, with the IBD indexes leading, let's see if I can bring those up for you. Markets, IBD indexes, IBD 100 index. Look at this daily. Look at the relative strength line. Look at that kick up there. The relative strength line is super strong. You see it hitting new short-term highs. And let's look at the IBD 8585. As you can see, relative strength line, big turn up. Finally, we got the relative strength line reading the IBD indexes. As long as that happens, I'm going to be bullish on this market. But as soon as the market stops failing, I'm taking my profits and I'm running. I don't ask questions. I just go with what the market tells me. You guys want to psychoanalyze the market? Go for it. I just want to make big money and kept my losses small whenever we had them. I had small losses. I cut them. I got buy signals and I went long. That's how you play the game. There is no other way to play it anymore. Buy and hold is dead. Wake up. Aloha.